Electrical conductor ampacity refers to the maximum current, measured in amps, that a conductor can carry continuously under specific conditions of use without exceeding its temperature rating. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for determining the ampacity of conductors to ensure safe electrical installations. Several factors influence the ampacity of a conductor, including the conductor material, the conductor size, the insulation type, the ambient temperature, and the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. Conductor material plays a significant role. Copper and aluminum are the most common conductor materials, with copper generally having a higher ampacity for a given size compared to aluminum. This is because copper has lower electrical resistance. Conductor size is directly related to ampacity. Larger conductors have a greater cross-sectional area, allowing them to carry more current without overheating. The size of a conductor is typically expressed in American wire gauge, or AWG, or in circular mills. Smaller AWG numbers indicate larger conductors. Insulation type is another crucial factor. Different insulation materials have different temperature ratings. Temperature rating indicates the maximum temperature that the insulation can withstand without degrading. Common insulation types include THHN, THHW, THW, and XHHW. Each type has a specific temperature rating, such as 75 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Celsius. The NEC tables provide ampacity values for conductors based on their insulation type and temperature rating. Ambient temperature is the temperature of the surrounding environment in which the conductor is installed. Higher ambient temperatures reduce the ampacity of a conductor because the conductor's heat dissipation capability is diminished. The NEC requires ampacity correction factors to be applied when the ambient temperature exceeds a specified value, typically 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. These correction factors reduce the allowable ampacity to prevent overheating. The number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable also affects ampacity. When multiple conductors are bundled together, the heat generated by each conductor can raise the overall temperature within the raceway or cable. This is known as conductor derriting. The NEC provides adjustment factors to reduce the ampacity of conductors when more than 3 current-carrying conductors are present in a raceway or cable. These adjustment factors account for the increased heat and ensure that the conductors do not exceed their temperature ratings. To determine the appropriate ampacity for a conductor, one must consult the NEC tables. Table 310.15. B16 in the 2017 NEC, which was formerly Table 310.16 in older editions, provides ampacity values for insulated conductors rated up to 600 volts, based on their insulation type, temperature rating, and conductor size. This table is used for conductors installed in raceways, cables, or directly buried in the earth. To use the table, first identify the conductor material, size, and insulation type. Then, determine the ambient temperature and the number of current-carrying conductors in the raceway or cable. If the ambient temperature exceeds 30 degrees Celsius or if there are more than 3 current-carrying conductors, apply the appropriate correction and adjustment factors from the NEC tables. The corrected ampacity is the maximum current that the conductor can carry under those specific conditions. For example, consider a 12 AWG copper conductor with THHN insulation installed in a raceway with an ambient temperature of 40 degrees Celsius and 4 current-carrying conductors. From Table 310.15. B16. The ampacity of a 12 AWG THHN copper conductor is 30 amps at an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. However, since the ambient temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, a correction factor must be applied. According to Table 310.15. B2. A. The correction factor for THHN insulation at 40 degrees Celsius is 0.87. Therefore, the corrected ampacity is 30 amps multiplied by 0.87, which equals 26.1 amps. Since there are 4 current-carrying conductors, an adjustment factor must also be applied. According to Table 310.15. B3. A. The adjustment factor for 4 current-carrying conductors is 0.80. Therefore, the final ampacity is 26.1 amps multiplied by 0.80, which equals 20.88 amps. In this example, the 12 AWGTHHN copper conductor can safely carry a maximum of 20.88 amps under these conditions. It is important to select conductors with adequate ampacity to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. The NEC provides specific requirements for overcurrent protection, such as circuit breakers and fuses, to protect conductors from excessive current. The overcurrent protection device should be sized no larger than the ampacity of the conductor it protects. Understanding and applying the NEC guidelines for conductor ampacity is essential for electrical safety. By considering the various factors that influence ampacity and using the appropriate correction and adjustment factors, electricians and electrical engineers can ensure that electrical installations are safe and reliable. It's also important to remember that the NEC is updated periodically, so it is crucial to use the latest edition of the code and any applicable local amendments. Regularly reviewing and understanding the NEC requirements for conductor ampacity will help maintain safe electrical practices. Additional considerations regarding conductor ampacity include voltage drop and conductor bundling. Voltage drop refers to the decrease in voltage along the length of a conductor due to its resistance. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or operate inefficiently. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop to a maximum of 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To minimize voltage drop, larger conductors with lower resistance can be used. Conductor bundling refers to the practice of grouping multiple conductors together in a single cable or raceway. While this can be convenient, it can also increase the overall temperature within the bundle, as previously mentioned. The NEC provides specific guidelines for conductor bundling, including limitations on the number of conductors that can be bundled together and the application of adjustment factors to reduce ampacity. Proper conductor selection and installation are critical for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. By carefully considering the factors that influence conductor ampacity and adhering to the NEC guidelines, electrical professionals can minimize the risk of overheating, voltage drop, and other potential hazards. Furthermore, it's essential to consider the specific application when selecting conductors. For example, conductors used in wet locations or corrosive environments may require special insulation or protection. Similarly, conductors used in high-temperature environments may require insulation with a high temperature rating. The NEC provides detailed requirements for various types of installations, including those in hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and industrial settings. It is important to consult the relevant sections of the NEC to ensure that the selected conductors meet the specific requirements of the application. In addition to the NEC, other standards and guidelines may also apply to conductor ampacity, such as those published by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE, and the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, or NEMA. These standards provide additional information and recommendations on conductor selection, installation, and maintenance. Continuous education and training are essential for staying up to date on the latest developments in electrical codes and standards. By participating in continuing education courses and attending industry events, electrical professionals can enhance their knowledge and skills and ensure that they are providing the highest level of service to their clients. Understanding conductor ampacity involves several key aspects. Firstly, understanding the different types of conductors available, including copper and aluminum, and their respective properties. Secondly, knowing how to read and interpret the NEC tables for ampacity correction factors and adjustment factors. Thirdly, being able to apply these factors to determine the appropriate ampacity for a given installation. And fourthly, recognizing the importance of overcurrent protection and selecting the appropriate overcurrent protection devices. To reinforce the importance of accurate ampacity calculations, consider the potential consequences of underestimating or overestimating the required conductor size. If the conductor size is underestimated, the conductor may overheat, leading to insulation damage, equipment failure, and potentially a fire hazard. On the other hand, If the conductor size is overestimated, the installation may be unnecessarily expensive, but it will provide a greater margin of safety. However, it is important to note that excessively large conductors can also be more difficult to work with and may require larger conduit or raceway. In summary, electrical conductor ampacity is a critical concept in electrical engineering and electrical safety. By understanding the various factors that influence ampacity and adhering to the NEC guidelines, electrical professionals can ensure that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and efficient. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local amendments before performing any electrical work. Always prioritize safety and follow best practices to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Furthermore, specific types of equipment can influence the required ampacity for conductors. For instance, motors often require conductors with higher ampacity due to the inrush current during startup. The NEC provides specific guidelines for sizing conductors for motors, taking into account the motor's full load current and the starting current. Similarly, transformers also have specific requirements for conductor sizing depending on their primary and secondary voltages and currents. The NEC provides tables and formulas for calculating the required ampacity for transformer conductors. Additionally, certain types of lighting, such as LED lighting, may have different conductor requirements compared to traditional incandescent or fluorescent lighting. LED lighting typically has lower power consumption, which may allow for smaller conductors to be used. However, it is important to consider the voltage drop and any harmonic currents that may be present in the circuit. Another important consideration is the type of wiring method used. The NEC recognizes various wiring methods, including conduit, cable, and open wiring. Each wiring method has its own specific requirements for conductor ampacity depending on factors such as the type of insulation, the number of conductors in the raceway or cable, and the ambient temperature. For example, conductors installed in underground conduit may have a different ampacity than conductors installed in above-ground conduit, due to the different thermal properties of the surrounding environment. Also, different types of cables, such as non-metallic sheathed cable NM cable and armored cable AC cable, have different ampacity ratings based on their construction and insulation type. The NEC provides detailed information on the ampacity of conductors for various wiring methods. It is also important to consider the future expansion of the electrical system when selecting conductors. It may be prudent to install conductors with a higher ampacity than currently required to accommodate future loads. This can save time and money in the long run by avoiding the need to replace conductors when adding new equipment or expanding the system. However, it is important to ensure that the overcurrent protection devices are sized appropriately for the conductors to prevent overcurrent situations. When working with electrical systems, it is essential to use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, to protect yourself from electrical hazards. This includes items such as insulated gloves, safety glasses, and arc-rated clothing. Always de-energize circuits before working on them, and verify that the circuit is de-energized using a voltage tester. Follow lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental re-energization of the circuit. Be aware of the potential hazards associated with working with electricity and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. In addition to following the NEC guidelines, it is also important to follow any applicable local codes and regulations. Local jurisdictions may have additional requirements for electrical installations which must be followed in addition to the NEC. It is important to consult with the local electrical inspector to ensure that your installation meets all applicable requirements. Furthermore, it is important to document your electrical installations properly. This includes creating accurate wiring diagrams, labeling circuits and equipment, and keeping records of all inspections and tests. Proper documentation can help with troubleshooting and maintenance in the future, and it can also be helpful in the event of a sale or transfer of ownership of the property. In conclusion, understanding electrical conductor ampacity is crucial for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. By considering the various factors that influence ampacity, adhering to the NEC guidelines, and following best practices for electrical safety, electrical professionals can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and provide high-quality service to their client. Always prioritize safety and stay up to date on the latest developments in electrical codes and standards. And remember to always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer before performing any electrical work. The NEC provides specific guidelines for different types of occupancies, such as residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. These guidelines may include additional requirements for conductor ampacity depending on the specific hazards and risks associated with each type of occupancy. For example, healthcare facilities have stringent requirements for electrical systems due to the critical nature of the equipment and the potential for electrical shock hazards. The NEC provides detailed information on the ampacity of conductors for healthcare facilities, including requirements for isolated power systems and ground fault protection. Similarly, industrial facilities may have special requirements for conductor ampacity due to the presence of heavy machinery and equipment. The NEC provides guidelines for sizing conductors for motors, transformers, and other industrial equipment, taking into account the specific operating conditions and potential hazards. In addition to the type of occupancy, the NEC also provides specific guidelines for different types of electrical equipment. For example, the NEC provides detailed information on the ampacity of conductors for lighting, appliances, and heating equipment. These guidelines take into account the specific characteristics of each type of equipment, such as the voltage, current, and power consumption. It is important to consult the relevant sections of the NEC to ensure that the selected conductors meet the specific requirements of the equipment being installed. When working with electrical systems, it is important to use high-quality materials and equipment. This includes conductors, connectors, and overcurrent protection devices. Using substandard materials can compromise the safety and reliability of the electrical system, and it can also lead to premature failure of equipment. Always purchase electrical materials from reputable suppliers and ensure that they meet the applicable standards and certifications. Furthermore, it is important to install electrical equipment properly. This includes following the manufacturer's instructions, using appropriate tools and techniques, and ensuring that all connections are tight and secure. Improper installation can lead to electrical hazards such as loose connections, overheating, and short circuits. Always take the time to install electrical equipment properly and double-check your work to ensure that everything is safe and secure. The NEC also provides guidelines for the proper support and protection of conductors. This includes requirements for the type of conduit or raceway used, the spacing of supports, and the protection of conductors from physical damage. Improper support and protection of conductors can lead to damage to the insulation, which can create a shock hazard or short circuit. Always follow the NEC guidelines for the support and protection of conductors to ensure that the electrical system is safe and reliable. In addition to the technical aspects of conductor ampacity, it is also important to consider the economic aspects. Selecting conductors with the appropriate ampacity can help to minimize energy losses and reduce operating costs. Larger conductors have lower resistance, which can reduce voltage drop and improve the efficiency of electrical equipment. However, larger conductors also cost more, so it is important to strike a balance between performance and cost. Perform a life cycle cost analysis to determine the most economical conductor size for a given application, taking into account the initial cost, operating costs, and maintenance costs. Ultimately, the goal is to create an electrical system that is safe, reliable, efficient, and cost-effective.